April 1912, a ship hailed as unsinkable silently slips beneath the waves. Over 1,500 souls are lost in the cold blackness of the Atlantic Ocean. But what if the disaster didn't come without warning? What if someone dreamed it? What if several people saw the Titanic's fate before it ever left port in vivid, terrifying dreams? Were these mere coincidences or something more mysterious? The RMS Titanic was a marvel of engineering, the largest and most luxurious passenger ship in the world. Stretching nearly 900 feet long, adorned with lavish dining halls and grand staircases, and cutting-edge technology, it symbolized the height of human ambition. It was said to be practically unsinkable. Its builders and even the press fed into the myth. On April 10, 1912, it departed Southampton, England, bound for New York. Aboard were the wealthy elite, hopeful immigrants, workers, and dreamers. But behind the celebration, a strange thread of fear began to unravel. 14 years earlier, in 1898, an American writer named Morgan Robertson published a fictional novel, Futility, or The Wreck of the Titan. The plot was shockingly familiar. In the story, a luxury liner called the Titan sets sail across the Atlantic. Like the Titanic, it's described as the largest ship ever built, unsinkable, and short on lifeboats. Halfway through its maiden voyage in April, the Titan strikes an iceberg and sinks. Nearly everyone on board dies in the freezing sea. The similarities are jaw-dropping. The ship's name, the size, the month, the cause of the disaster, even the death toll. When Titanic sank in 1912, people began to wonder, did Robertson have a premonition? Or was it just chilling coincidence? While most people eagerly anticipated Titanic's maiden voyage, a few felt something off. Case 1. The Man Who Didn't Board. A British man named J. Conan Middleton dreamed of the Titanic sinking just days before he was set to travel. In his dream, he was in freezing water, surrounded by darkness and screams. He woke in a panic and canceled his trip. When news of the disaster broke, he reportedly fainted. Case 2. A Spiritual Warning. Another story tells of a minister's wife in England who saw a vision of the Titanic sinking while praying. She warned a family friend not to sail. He listened, he lived. Case 3. A Child's Dream. One haunting account comes from 9-year-old Jessie Gibson, who told her parents she dreamed of a big ship hitting something and people drowning. Her uncle, who worked aboard Titanic, dismissed it. He didn't survive. These weren't vague feelings. They were vivid, emotional, unforgettable dreams. And many were shared before the Titanic's maiden voyage. On the night of April 14, 1912, the Titanic sailed under a starry sky. The sea was eerily calm. At 11:40 p.m. it happened. A lookout spotted an iceberg, but it was too late. The Titanic struck the iceberg on its starboard side. Within minutes, water began flooding the lower decks. Panic set in. There were only 20 lifeboats, enough for barely half the passengers. In just over 2 hours, the ship slipped beneath the waves. For those who had dreamed this moment, the horror was unimaginable. Everything they saw in their nightmares was playing out in real life. Science tells us that dreams are reflections of our fears, our memories, our subconscious mind. But can dreams sometimes see beyond? There's a growing field of research exploring precognitive dreams, the idea that the human mind can glimpse future events. While mainstream science remains skeptical, there are hundreds of documented cases where dreams have eerily mirrored later reality. The Titanic is just one example, but perhaps its scale, its tragedy, made the premonition stand out. If so many people had dreams about the Titanic, and some even avoided the ship because of them, should we take dreams more seriously? What if dreams are not just mental noise, but messages? Some believe they're a way for the subconscious to process patterns we don't consciously notice. Others believe dreams tap into something deeper, a spiritual realm, a universal intelligence, or a sixth sense. Whatever the explanation, The Titanic dreams challenge what we think we know about reality. They raise a haunting question. If your dream warned you of a disaster, would you listen? The Titanic's story is not just one of human pride and tragedy, but a window into the mystery of dreams. Premonitions may not come often, but when they do, they may hold the power to change fate. If you found this story powerful, moving, or strange, hit that like button. Subscribe for more real dream stories from around the world. And tell us in the comments, have you ever had a dream that came true? Because you never know. Your next dream might just be a warning.